Oh, right. Josh wrote something on the board, and I don't know what it is. He said don't look, so I haven't looked. If messages, then life changed. It's the greatest if-then statement ever written, Josh. It's the greatest one. If you haven't checked out my podcast yet, that's going to make no sense. I have been told my podcast is number 4 in Chile. Let's get to the messages.
This video is sponsored by Skillshare, which offers thousands of inspiring classes for creative and curious people.
Jordan's messages.
Hi, Jordan, Josh, and Sarah. She's not here today, okay? It's very unfortunate. It's sad. She stayed home. I said, Sarah, actually didn't say anything. She was on the phone, and I just said bye. She said bye. And now she's not here. I don't want to waste your time with a long message, thank God, so I'll get right to the point. My fiance recently told me that she thinks she will be uncomfortable when the time comes for us to have a physical relationship after marriage. Only homeschoolers. I told her I understood, and I do, because that's something neither of us has done before, and we've had a very, I'll say, conservative relationship so far. To be clear, I know she truly, and not just hormonally, loves me very much for reasons I won't get into, like that she said I love you. But my question is, what can I do to make her more comfortable when the time comes? And if Sarah is there, I'd like to hear her opinion as well, please. Thank God Sarah's not here. Okay, let's get some things straight. Let's get them straight. I understand the predicament. I get it. But at some point, like, okay, you just gotta start. If it's weird, you just gotta start by holding hands after the wedding. Okay, only after the wedding, you're gonna hold hands for the first time. Then, when you guys get home, then we're gonna try and progress some things. We hold hands again. And then at that point, we look into each other's eyes. And then after that, you sit down on the couch. And you guys might watch a TV show. Or something.
On the wedding day?
On the wedding night.
Watch TV?
On the wedding night. They're trying to work themselves up. That's what I'm trying to say, Josh. It's a nerve-wracking experience. Then, after the VeggieTales, then it's gonna be weird because you guys have never, like, even remotely even been in a room alone together before. So you're gonna feel like you're doing something wrong. Obviously, at this point, you're like, wow, is this even right? Once you start to, like, get used to each other's presence alone in a room, then, you know, things will just start progressing. Once we can get past the awkwardness of being in a room alone, then I think things will start working progressively naturally for you. Okay? Now, honestly, some people, they don't the first night, okay? Especially, I've heard, especially for people who have, like, who, as you are describing yourself, maybe they don't for the first week. I feel that's not abnormal. Okay, now if somebody on the internet watches this, they're gonna think this is the most insane thing that anybody can ever say. That I am literally saying I understand this. That this is something that happens to people. Okay, you're not necessarily weird if that happens. It's weird for the world. It might be weird a little bit, but it's, in the situation that I understand that you're in, that's not necessarily the weirdest. So maybe if your new wife and you are a little, what do we do? What's going on? Where is what, when, how, we gotta move slowly, and that could take months even. Maybe, I don't know. So just, move slowly, and when I'm saying slowly, I mean an inch to the bedroom. Day after day, we're moving a little closer. We're sleeping on the floor closer and closer. No pressure, that's what we're going for. No pressure, and I think that she just needs to, honestly, Josh, get used to being in the same room alone with this dude. That's honestly what I think. Because once you can get over that, and you feel like, okay, well, look, everything's fine. We're married now. I think it's just a stressful thing now, but you're gonna look back, in 3 years, and you're gonna think that was funny that I wrote a message about this. Because I figured it out so naturally. That's what you're gonna say, okay? It's gonna be okay. You're fine. Good job. Guys, my secret project has launched. It's a podcast called the If Then Podcast. You can find it down below. And look, just check out the logo I made for it. I love it. And I had literally no experience making logos either. That's the first one I've ever made. So you might be wondering, where on earth did I learn the skills to make such a great logo when I previously had no experience making logos? Skillshare has a course called Logo Design with Draplin, Secrets of Shape, Type, and Color, and this guy is amazing. This man taught me so much in such a short amount of time. Within 2 days, I went from this to this. Guys, honestly, who doesn't want an easy way to learn new skills? You can learn almost anything on there. I mean, practically everything. You can learn photography, videography, gardening, you name it. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for anyone who loves learning and wants to explore their creativity and learn new skills. So go ahead and invest in yourself and your personal growth. Skillshare is a great resource for freelancers and entrepreneurs to help you learn new skills to support your growing side hustle. Skillshare is curated specifically for learning, meaning there are no ads and they're launching new classes every week, so you can stay focused and follow wherever your creativity takes you. Plus, the first 1,000 people to use the link in my description below or to use the coupon code Blimey Cow at checkout will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare Premium membership. Again, you get a free month to learn as much as you can fit into your brain when you click the link in the description below or use coupon code Blimey Cow at checkout. Do it now! Let's get back to the messages. Supporter message! Our thoughts is the greatest time of year. Actually, the greatest time of year was when I got my If Then Podcast t-shirt. That was the greatest time of year. This is forever the second greatest time of year. The supporter message alert. Hello, Taylor 3 or 2. Recently, a close friend told me, I can imagine a happier future for you, even if you can't. Is happiness supposed to be a goal in life? Growing up, I was taught to ask, what do I need to do? What's the right thing to do? Rarely, what do I want to do? Never, what would make me happy? I do have anxiety and depression from childhood trauma, and for decades, people have emphasized joy in the midst of pain, as well as heavily implied happiness was too much for me to hope for and possibly selfish to want. That's weird. Thanks to God and an awesome therapist, I'm much better than where I started. But before my friend brought happiness up, it never occurred to me to try to be more than fine. Like, I totally get feeling happy from time to time, but being happy sounds strange, and I'm not sure what to think about it. What do you think? Is happy something to aim for? I'm female, 31, single, and working on my doctorate at seminar. If that helps, thanks. Josh, I know these people. I know them. Like I always say, I know this person. I've met you. I know you deeply. You have had some childhood traumas in your life, okay? And Josh, when that happens, okay, whatever we're alluding to here, could be one thing, could be another, could be something really bad, could be something minorly bad, but they're all equally bad. For you, to you, with you. With people like this, Josh, with these childhood traumas, okay, it could literally be something very serious that they have swept under the rug their whole life, and now it's just coming back up like, wow, why do I have depression? Why am I so anxious? It's because you've been hiding this thing for so long in your life, and it just, you know, it's like it's doing stuff to your brain that you don't understand. That it makes every situation something that you feel like you can't tell people, or like people won't understand you, or how do I understand them? And so it makes you sad, and you don't really realize why you're sad, but that's like one of the big reasons why you're sad. But I read a book, Josh, one time, and they were saying that you have to have an empathetic witness for people that have gone through stuff in their life. When you retell memories, like this girl, she has all these, like, every time they think of a memory, they're reinforcing it in their brain because they've said it the same way for so long. But every time you tell a memory, you have the ability to change it. That's just how your neurons work. So with an empathetic listener, it's a way to hack that, where when you tell a story, by just having somebody, like you're saying you have somebody, but I think it really, you know, if you had like if you're in a relationship, or if you have a very, very close friend that knows you very deeply, by them just listening to you and asking you questions about it, it literally changes the whole way that you perceive the entire situation that happened to you. Or it's a way to reinvent and heal from what has happened. And I think that's what people, when they go to like therapy and stuff, why that can tend to help people, but I think it can really help people if you like really have a good friend. You say that you're single and you're working on your doctorate at seminary, like you're doing all this stuff, but maybe you just need to settle down and you need to have like a relationship with a man, and then he can, you know, he can help you and like understand you and walk you through stuff. That's what I would say. I'm not saying that you don't do your doctorate like that. That's cool that you're doing that. But you know, you're 31. You're single. We need to start figuring some stuff out. Okay. We like I said in the last message, 99.9% of people need to get married. Okay. And honestly, in our circle of people, like it's gonna, our standards are kind of high on who we want to marry, and it's gonna start getting slim pickings here pretty soon because everybody else is gonna be married and you're gonna be left alone. So you need to figure that whole section out. But you're not like, how can I be happy? It's how can you heal from all of this crazy stuff that's happened to you, okay, that you've been like keeping from people and everybody, and that's been harming your relationships and stuff. How can I heal from this? And then whatever comes from that, but I need to like get truth into my mind so that I can like, that's what is fueling me, not these like secrets and all this stuff. People out there are very open to listening to you. You know, it's not weird that you've gone through stuff. Everybody's gone through stuff, some people more than others, but I feel like I could have said that more concisely, but that's pretty much what I'm trying to say.
Happiness is waking up in the morning and being excited to wake up.
Having a reason.
Yeah, like not waking up and going, ugh.
What am I doing today?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, I don't feel like I answered that question at all, but maybe I did, maybe I didn't.
I think you did.
Okay, good. If messages, then life change. I have changed so many lives today, and I will change so many lives until look, my plan, my goal, I wake up every morning and I do everything I possibly can to make it to 100. Every day, every single day, it's what is on my mind. I wake up and I think, how are we getting to 100 today? Everything I put into my mouth, the amount that I sleep, what I do, when I eat, how am I getting to 100? If I don't make it to 100, no one can. You know how much ACV I've pumped into my veins? I'm basically shooting it into my veins.
Wow.
That's not healthy, don't do it. And I don't actually.
At least dilute it.
Dilute it at least a little bit. If you're gonna do that.
We're not doctors.
No, we're not doctors here.
This is not financial.
No, don't be messy. And leave good messages.